How will I respond if COVID vaccine checkers end up at my front door? Well, before I answer the question, I want to tell you that I have a long history of being strongly and vehemently opposed to government overreach. I have been a minarchist, that is, someone who believes in a minimum amount of government, since I first gave thought to the issue of government as a teenager. The very first time I voted in a presidential election, I voted for Ron Paul, who at that time was a libertarian congressperson from Texas who ran on the libertarian ticket the first time I voted. So I want you to understand my anti-government bona fides. I don't believe that the government should be sending people door to door. I don't believe I have any obligation to give them any answers. I think it's intrusive. I think it's unconstitutional. I think it's preparation for even more invasive government control in our lives. I don't like it one bit. So how will I respond when they knock on my door? Now, I have seen some pretty clever suggestions. Someone once put a sign on their front door saying, we charge $50 an hour to discuss issues related to COVID, the vaccine, and our standing with respect to it. By ringing the doorbell or knocking on our door, you thereby agree to pay this fee. And actually, I had film of someone about to knock on the door, reading the sign, and walking away. That is certainly one option, but I want to give you my plan. I want to set the stage. It's an ordinary day. I'm minding my own business. I'm doing my work. I'm harming no one. And there's a knock on my door. I go to the door, and I don't know how, but let's suppose for the sake of argument, I know why they're there. Maybe the neighbors call me and say, hey, people are coming around knocking on the door asking about your vaccine status. So I know who it is. They knock on the door. I look out the door. I see them there. First thing I'm going to do is open the door. Then I will probably say something along these lines. How can I help you? And they'll say something along these lines, I suspect. Well, we've been asked to go door to door and give people information about the safety and efficacy of the COVID vaccine, to be sure that everybody's aware of its availability, of its cost, of its safety, and to encourage people to get vaccinated. Do you mind if we ask you a few questions? At this point, what I'll say is, well, actually, I do. It's kind of a private matter for me. I appreciate your zeal, but I'm not especially interested in having that conversation with you. I hope you have a good rest of your day. And then I will gently close the door. Yeah, pretty exciting stuff, I know. Well, why would I take the time to highlight this response, and why would I do it after affirming my zeal to stand against government tyranny? There's a very simple reason. The Bible calls us to live in peace and quietness with all men as much as is possible for us. I believe there are situations where resistance is called for. I look to the examples of Daniel and Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, and Rahab and others. But I think, at least for me, I don't know about you, I think my sort of knee-jerk gut reaction is towards rebellion. Not because I'm a hero, not because I know about the wickedness of government, but because of my own wickedness. So, gentle, quiet, peaceful. That's my plan.